Welcome to 12.5 minutes. My name is Jared Kelly, and I am with my favorite friend and co-host, Liz Whitehead.
Jared.
So good to see you, as always. I actually was thinking about you because we had a little bit of a break with all the things that we've been doing for the summer, and I probably have spent a little bit of money this summer. And then you told me that we had a special guest coming, and I am definitely interested in hearing more about this guest. So tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I'll tell you about our guest who I've known for many years when I was working at We Connect and we were both changing the world. And then we started our own things to change the world. So Fonta has a fintech app that she works with banks to reach out to for their customers that might not know about all their services, might not be ready for all that because you may or may not know this, but it's expensive to not have money.
Yes, it is. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Say less.
So it's expensive to not be able to have direct deposit. You get charged fees to not be able to buy things wholesale. All of those things add up. And so Fonta has created a solution for banks who want to reach out to people they traditionally don't reach. So it helps the banks with their engagement and retention, and also helps people with their financial literacy and just grow their wealth.
Well, that sounds very interesting. I am very excited to meet Fonta. Fonta, why don't you come on in and let's get started? I can't wait to hear from you. This is not only exciting for me, but also I think from a business perspective, it sounds like you have a little bit of genius that you're sharing with all of us. And you have solved a major problem for people like us when it comes to money. So tell us a little
Yeah,
bit about what you did and what you discovered or founded from this company called Wellthi. Is that right?
yeah, that's right. Wealthy. And thank you for having me. Really excited to be here today. So, a little bit about what we do and how we got started. Wealthy is really focused on how we can help people build wealth better together. And like Liz said, a lot of banks and credit unions really struggle to deepen customer relationships. They really struggle with kind of a one size fits all approach to how they assess credit readiness, financial goals, and financial health services. So at Wealthy, what we wanted to do was give them a way to really rethink how they're engaging Americans who are kind of finding themselves in this situation of financial uncertainty and want to build wealth but don't really know how. And so what we offer is a B2B virtual branch, and it's designed to embed inside any mobile banking app. It Wealthy works similarly to a LinkedIn or a Facebook inside your mobile banking app. And what we do is create a safe space to talk about your finances with trusted experts and peers. We make it much easier for you to get personalized content that can help you to reach your financial goals, specialized products and services that are aligned with where you are financially in regards to your credit readiness or your investor readiness. And then we create a private banking experience so that you never have to go into a bank branch, but can get the same type of custom support that a lot of the ultra high net worth wealthy get. We're bringing that down to kind of working Americans. So we're really excited about it. We're doing that in partnership with folks like MasterCard and Visa and Discover. And yeah, we've seen some great results since launching.
I love it. I want to talk a little bit about those results, what people get out of it, and also how, you mentioned before we were on about how you've been on this journey a while. So how has the business grown? Tell us a little bit about that too.
Yeah. So Wealthy started after I left the Foreign Service. Believe it or not, I was an American diplomat for about 10 years before launching Wealthy. Straight out of graduate school, State Department sent me to live and work in East Asia, all over Africa. My job was to work with foreign banks and governments, seriously, to design innovative access to capital programs. That's where I was first exposed to this concept called social finance that's really popular in emerging markets and American immigrant communities, but really happening outside the banking system. And so when I came to the States, I was looking around my community in DC, and I said, a lot of the cool stuff I was doing abroad, I need to figure out how to come back and do it here for my own community. And so that's really how Wellthi started. We were an idea that applied for a social impact grant through an organization called Echoing Green. That gave me the fellowship funding to do about 2 years of R&D. You know, we call it stealth mode in the startup world, where you're testing different technologies and co-creating with banks and CDFIs. And that led to what Wellthi is today. And we've had a tremendous amount of growth since that fellowship period. Wellthi is one of the few African-American women-owned businesses that's raised over $2 million in venture capital, which is no easy feat. When less than 1% of us gets it. Thank you. I've had a lot of amazing support from local investors, people like Liz who make connections. So that's been great. And now we're at a point where we're getting ready for our Series A, which is exciting. We are launching with some of the largest financial institutions in the country, like the card networks, MasterCard and Visa. And we're at a point now in results whereby we've really early projects with banks like Citizens, for example, have really demonstrated how this concept of generative AI embedded social finance is really helping to drive impact around financial health, but also lead generation for banks and credit unions. And so Liz, I think you asked me about some of the results we're seeing. I'll share them. Let's see here. Citizens Bank was the first financial institution to launch Wellthi, and they were really trying to focus on how they could get more women in using their investment products, retirement insurance products. They had a ton of women, particularly who were millennials and Gen Z, so under 45, that were banking on saving and checking side, but not really transitioning to wealth. And it was because, in a lot of research that we found with them, women tend to be a little risk averse, a little unsure about how to drive their financial goals. We tend to control a lot of the pocketbook in the house. I see you smiling there, Jared. Yep. But investing is new to some of us, right? And we don't really know who to ask or who to talk to. And oftentimes, a lot of the financial advisors we are introduced to they're not women. They don't look like us. And so we work with Citizens to launch a Wellthi for their customer base, really kind of trying to appeal to women, millennials, and Gen Z. Had great results. We saw an 82% conversion rate from receiving an email about, hey, Citizens is partnering with Wellthi, to actually creating an account. We had over half of the women were logging in every month to get financial advice, free consultations with financial advisors, joining in groups, and talking and engaging with peers that have similar financial goals. And Citizens was actually able to originate products and services, from mortgages to small business loans to financial plans and wealth management plans. So it was really exciting. And a lot of our customer engagement rates are much higher than the industry standard, around 56% higher. So we know this model of social and finance is really working.
I love the data. And I don't want to skip over what you said about being an African-American woman who's raised $2 million. Because I think, yes, that is like, I'm adjacent to this space. I haven't raised money, but I know how hard it is, especially in DC, not New York or San Francisco. So that is something really to be celebrated. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I've got a great team and a great group of investors around me.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have been taking notes, number one. That's first. And then secondly, you mentioned so many things that I want to double down on, or double click on. Okay. One of the things is you partnered and aligned with multiple organizations. I heard not only MasterCard and some the big names, right? The card carrier. Just out of curiosity, is this for individuals and businesses?
Absolutely. And it really depends on the credit union or the bank, who they want to support. We designed our technology so it's highly configurable. They can white label it, meaning they put their own brand on it and they offer it to their existing customers and new customers. And in that configuration, it can be designed specifically for small businesses, for consumers, for wealth management. It's really up to that client.
Wow. Okay. So you're, this is important to me, because when I think about my situation, I kind of went to the Cleveland Heart School of, my money's in my savings, and then I got to
yes.
Right?
Many of us, yes.
Keep everything together and then not bounce any or have any hiccups in my account.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hang out with people that I shouldn't hang out with. That's why I hang out with Liz, because she always picks up the tab. Maybe not, but trying to manifest that.
Yeah.
Know?
Uh-huh.
But I think this is a wonderful opportunity to impact communities. And
Yeah.
and I feel like you're probably doing it on multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on why this feels good? Beyond the
Mm.
transactions, obviously
Right.
that makes a difference, but why does this make an impact to you?
Honestly, it's the customer stories. We launched a really successful sweepstakes campaign where Wellthi was essentially helping people meet their financial goals through the platform, and then through the sweepstakes, you were able to match their funds up to $10,000 a customer. And we started to interview people on why were you saving? How do you want to use this new the funding that you have, or this new product or service? I mean, the stories are really incredible. Everything from I'm getting married, and now with my new family, we want to buy a house together. And we've been working for so long, for so many years, but couldn't save the down payment. So things like I want to start a small business, but I don't know how. I don't have a banker. I don't even know how to start, right? To try to get a business loan. Those kind of stories are what really drive me. One, because I can relate to them personally. In my life, I've had many, many ups and many downs, and having that community around me and that safe space to help empower me when times are tough. I think that's huge. And so hearing how we are affecting others like that, that's really what keeps me going.
Amazing. That's so cool. And I feel like I resonate a lot with your story too, because I made a similar thing where I was working for We Connect. I was working internationally. That's how we met. And
Right.
was like, I'm doing all this work and I live in DC, which needs all this work.
Yes.
Disconnect.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I
It's
really
true.
respect that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been a wild ride, but I love it. I'm still, working at it. And we're excited about the next steps. We're really growing fast. We've got a lot of interest, doing a lot of really cool stuff with credit unions, which is new. Just launched a partnership with the African American Credit Union Coalition. So that'll be a really exciting way for me to get them innovative technology and payment solutions to empower the credit unions that are empowering a lot of underbanked, underserved communities. So that's my next big project. Super excited about it.
I want to talk to you for another hour. We don't have that much time.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again,
Well, how
Jared.
do we just if today, what
Mhm.
can I do to get
Mm.
access to Wealthy?
Yeah. So right now we don't have a direct-to-consumer app, meaning, unfortunately, you can't go to the App Store and download Wealthy. We're designed to be sold through banks and to live inside banks' mobile banking apps. But what I would say is that Q4, we have 3 new financial institutions that we're launching with. Join those communities, which is free, and then you automatically get access to Wealthy. So more to come on that. Keep an eye on my LinkedIn as I start to announce these new product launches, and that'll be the best way to kind of experience us. And then soon, my vision is for Wealthy to live inside every mobile banking app all over the world. And so we're slowly hacking at that vision now, and then we'll be accessible to everyone.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. We are
I
definitely
told
going to talk
you.
again. We have
Yeah.
Liz. I'm making the commitment. You have a calendar. We're definitely doing
Awesome.
this again. Thank you, Father. This has been amazing, and we couldn't have picked a better, guest. I appreciate your time, Liz. We both,
Awesome.
on behalf of both of us, we appreciate your time and sharing this, and we definitely encourage everyone to connect with you. So, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jared. Liz, good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Liz, you are amazing at connecting people, and this was fantastic. So, what did you take away from this?
So I think Fonts is such a good example of why we're doing this whole thing, which is a combination of a social mission to help people build their wealth, build their financial independence, um, and with the business outcome. Like there's she mentioned concrete business outcomes for the banks that she's working with. So it's a way to do business for good, business with an impact. And I think her company is such a great example.
Absolutely. And I think there's also just this nice through line of not only the direct business, B2B, if you will, on the with the financial institutions, but that's educating them on their customer base as well, so they can do better service to us, and with us. And as a business, owner like you, one of the biggest things that we often find challenges with is financing of the right type of products, or I'm not sure, I might have a couple business credit cards. I don't like the interest rates on them, but I might have them. If there are ways that I can improve our operating costs or lower our operating costs through Wellthi, I'm all over it. So I cannot wait to talk to Fonta again. She needs to get inside my bank account, or my bank institution, or I need to change institutions. That's what I think. All right.
We
So
talked about it many times, so it's one solution.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, that's it for us for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and certainly connect with us on LinkedIn and make comments. I love this platform, and certainly we always enjoy it. On behalf of Liz Whitehead, I want to thank you all for joining us at 12.5 minutes. That's it for us.